Hello, you've been looking at your Sapphire Faedrake, wondering, this blue boy, how can we make it better? Well, guess what? We've done the Frostbite, we've done the Berserker Faedrake, and now it's the Sapphire Faedrake's turn. And then, who knows what the next one is? Maybe the most liked comment will be the 4th edition in this series. But today we're going to go over the big blue dragon, tell you guys how you're going to be able to skill it up, the attributes, as well as those amazing pairings that you're going to need for the future. So with all that said, let's get into today's video. Smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily Call of Dragons videos with me, MrSneakyy, an official Call of Dragons content creator. And yes, we're going over the Sapphire Faedrake today, the blue drake in the game, current one, made for more magic-based marches. So that's a nice little hint for you guys there. But we are going to be going over everything that you're going to need to know for that guy. Since we do have a lot of knowledge on it, it's the one we've caught, honestly, the most of. And we've also, as you can see, got 1-star Painblooms on him. And as you can see, the skill setup already is the nice basic setup you always want on this pet. It's just what you require to make this thing do anything in the open field, right? So what we're going to go over though is those attributes, then we're going to go over the skills like always, and then the pairings, and that will give you a nice roundup on what the Sapphire Faedrake's all about and how it is dealing damage. We're also going to try on today re-rolling this pet and seeing if we can get a better version, because obviously we've got 4 attributes we want to go for. The main one is going to be intelligence. As you can imagine, this is always going to be an intelligence based pet. When you look at a lot of the skills, even when we're going unowned, a lot of the ones we want are always magic attack is an intelligence based. Follow-up is intelligence based, right? All of these different skills, even when we go further down, are all, you know, forceful Painbloom, spirit Painbloom, which we're going to go over later, is all to do with intelligence and the other stats, right? So the 4 stats we actually care about is intelligence, endurance, luck, and spirit. Strength and agility are the 2 stats for physical based pets, so try and remember that and it will make your jobs a lot easier. So we want intelligence high, we want luck high, and we actually want spirit high. Endurance can be the 4th or the lowest skill out of the 4 if we go to regenerate this, which we're going to do to try and get a legendary pet. We know we can get a legendary or epic within 20, so we are just going to keep going until we hit one, so don't worry. But we're going to obviously make an assessment, and it's going to be a live assessment, so you guys in the video can understand the process when you are trying to find a good pet to keep, right? Because obviously the skill slots and then the attributes are all the ones that matter, right? So right now we've got an epic one, and this is going to give us 4, so we're going to lose one. And here we've got 20 intelligence to 8, and this is a really bad trade already because we need intelligence for the main damage. Even though we get that 24 spirit and 19 luck, which is really good, I'd have rather had that 24 spirit on that intelligence, and this 15 strength would have been better on the spirit, right? That would have been an excellent one. So we don't want to keep that. I'm actually going to do it one more time because we are really hungry for a really good Sapphire Faedrake to start using and building on later down the line, and it's going to make this video a little bit more interesting. But again, we've hit another epic already a lot sooner than the 20, but again, these are not skills we want. 8 here, 20 here, 14, we're really bad. So we're going to keep going. We're just going to keep going until we get hopefully one more shot at a good quality based Faedrake. And if we don't, guess what? We'll just stop and we'll continue with the skills. Because the thing is, your attributes, guys, as you can see, are the most important things of the war pet. I'm not going to lie. Without good attributes on your war pet, you will not be dealing enough damage. And this is already a better trade-off that I'm going to instantly take. It's pretty much the exact same as what I'm running, where it's hyper-intelligent focused, but I'm gaining 8 and I've got a plus 3.5 growth stat there. So we're going to save that already. Much better. The amount of damage we've just increased is tremendous, right? So when we're looking at the stats here, you can see I've got that 28 with 3.45, and a lot of players might be getting confused because we haven't really talked about the attributes in that regard. all this means is pretty simple. We have a base attribute of 28, and every level we have, so 45 here, is going to increase that stat by 3.45. So if you wanted to get the calculators out and did 3.45 times 45, what that will do is give you a number plus 28 to that number. And when you hit this magical little button here, you should get 180, and this is going to give you 0.06 in this game, and that is basically the total amount of points you have. So already I've got 180 intelligence for this. It's going to get such an amazing increase of damage, right? So that's obviously how attributes work, and that just hopefully gives you guys a nice little tip in today's video on the attribute side. So let's go into the skills, because now this is where a lot of players are going to be wondering what you're going to want. And no matter what pet you grab, you really need at least a 1-star Painbloom. Honestly, the 1-star having you a base of 50 damage is really good, but it does increase quite a lot. So this deals damage to the target and 1 legion surrounding it. So you get to basically do 1 AoE hit. It's a really powerful effect, right? What you can get, if you are really lucky, if you've caught the right pet, you might get a 1-star Painbloom and Spirit Bloom. So you get more enemies hit with Painbloom, and this is an insane talent that you can get. With every 320 points of Spirit, Painbloom hits an extra enemy legion. So this is why this is very insane, because you can go for a very high Spirit build and increase basically the more AoE damage you're dealing with your Magic March. But what you will be doing, no matter what, is getting your Forceful Painbloom, because Forceful Painbloom is the one that makes this actually deal damage, and this is what enables the Sapphire Faedrake to be enabled with any mage hero in the game. And it's pretty simple. Every time you inflict Scorch or Freeze or Ensnare on one of the enemy legions, Painbloom will deal more damage to that on the next cast. This will go all the way up to a 40% increase of damage. And this is the basic one. I'm just saying, when we're looking at the 2 stars and we go and find Forceful Painbloom, this is giving you a 1.6 increase, and it's a maximum of 40%. So you can see the growth is so much more at base. So you can imagine with all of that intelligence, this is going to skyrocket in damage now. With, if you had the Spirit Painbloom, it's going to add damage with the AoE, and it's in a fantastic combo for this match. Then what you can do, I think there's 2 routes with the Sapphire Faedrake from skills. So once you've got your base, this is the base you have to have for this Faedrake pet to work. Once you've got this, you can go 2 routes. The first one is the follow-up build. The follow-up build is all about trying to recast Painbloom as much as you can on the follow-up, and this is going to allow you to basically hit more AoE with that Spirit Painbloom that you might have had, giving you more AoE triggers on AoE triggers, right? Because the follow-up gives you a 40% chance to do it again after the first casting. It's not obviously nowhere near as strong, but it's extra damage, and that's the cool thing. And when you get follow-up, the ruthless thing is you get Ruthless Follow-Up, and it gives you a 10% crit rate on to your march, and it's allowing you to obviously deal even more damage to those enemies. From here, you can see there's actually some really powerful stuff. Magic Pulse, crit damage to plus 2% when Legion deals a magical hero skill damage is an insane one that potentially you could be getting on this pet, who knows. But out of the ones you can buy, what I would suggest with the follow-up and Ruthless Follow-Up is then going for something like Magical Fortune, just to give that crit rate anyway to the pet when you do Magical War Pet skill damage. So I really do like this, and as you can see, you're going to need Luck. Luck is the one you're going to want with Intelligence, and if you've got Spirit, like I said, this is going to give you the Painbloom needs Spirit, should I say. So it's a pretty simple triple that you're going to want. But if you don't want to go down the follow-up route, you can go down a different route, which is more stat based. So you can grab this Painbloom, you can grab your Forceful Painbloom, and what you would do is actually look for all of the different abilities and utility effects that you can put on this match. So if you want to be more of a support, Interruption honestly is really good, because if you've got Spirit Painbloom, that's hitting multiple enemies, and if all of those have got a 25% chance, which is 1 in 4, their pet just stops working for a certain amount of time, which is great, right? So you can run something like this. You can also run, like I say, Magic Fortune, because this is a stat that you kind of always want in this March. You can also run, if I can find it, Light's Guidance. This is crit rate when you're dealing magical skill damage. These are all stats that you could all take on your pet, right? You can obviously go up and take some of the higher little ones up here, like Bolt from Bloom. This is stats for your March. You could also, if you really wanted to, I don't like it, some people have tried it, but there's like a shield build where you can run Painbloom and get shields to work with like Wild Deer, but I wouldn't recommend using that. I just think actually amplifying either the Spirit Bloom's damage and obviously spread, or just using the Painbloom to deal damage and then empowering your Magic March to deal more is definitely the way to go with the Sapphire Faedrake, right? So that is the skills. I hope you understand there's 2 different setups. You can go down the follow-up build and then Ruthless follow-up with Magic Fortune, or you can get the light from Blue and the light from Guidance, should I say, skills, and that will work as well, right? So really good to build for that pet right now. Obviously, there's going to be more experimentation in the future that you guys can check out. But for your pairings, like I said, your pairings, you can't go wrong with anyone. This is the kind of beautiful thing with the Sapphire Faedrake. That's why I actually have the 2, right? I've got 2 with the exact same setup, because it allows me now to pair these with double Mage Marchers on the open field, and I don't have to worry about who I take. I can run a Lilia with Halloween March, which I do run, which is really nice, because I get all these Ensnare triggers, which are dealing a lot of damage too. I obviously then empower my Sapphire Faedrake, and obviously Lilia doing the Scorch mechanic is another additional different way for that match to work. You can run something like Valen and Wild Deer. This is again perfect. All the freezing effects that you're going to be applying onto the match is really good. And obviously you can do other things with this. You could run obviously like Fear, Wild Deer, you know, any mage. Just think any of the mages will work perfectly with this. And even though they're not in the game right now, just think in the future, there's got to be some new mage heroes coming, and when they come, it's going to work perfectly too, hopefully with this Sapphire Faedrake. So they're all the pairings that you're going to need. Honestly, really simple with the Sapphire Faedrake. It's not the complicated pet. Honestly, I think it's the easiest pet to learn on how you want to build it and what it's used for, because it's a very simple one to understand. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you've learned something today. We've gone over the Frostbear, gone over the Berserker Faedrake. Now this is the Sapphire Faedrake covered in the repertoire. We've got 3 pets and a lot more to go, as you can see, and we're all obviously capturing and trying to work towards them ourselves. So again, smash a like, comment and subscribe, and put in the comments what you think to today's guide and what pet you'd like to see. And the guys with the most thumbs up to comment obviously will be in the next video. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and with all that said, stay safe, stay sneaky, and keep catching your pets.